What a great song. James Coffin, World News Report today. Today is November 26, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Ring that bell for critical future updates. So we get a live feed on this real quick. Try to make, oh, it's already live feeding. That is spectacular. Now we're going to kind of chill out a little bit here and let some people come onto the stream. I want to say thank you guys for worrying about me the other night. I finally got my AC back yesterday. My first full night of sleep. It's very hard for people like me to sleep in 79-degree weather. So last night I slept like a rock, and I hope to do it again. Hey, Miss Teresa, I'm 5x5. Let's get going then. No one is as important as me and you, so let's get going. I'm going to start out with, our guesstimate of all the volcanoes erupting around the globe. These are going to be erupting either full eruptions or minor eruptions, and not per me. It's going to be per volcanodiscovery.denmark. So let's see what they have to say. It has been between, along a wide range, 39 and 73 within the last 12 months. So with that said, I'll get to counting. I might call out a number every once in a while, and that's to kind of show you where I'm at, or remind myself where I'm at. All right, 4. It's a big number there. It's a big number. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Way up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to leave the other one alone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 52. 53, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? Or 12. Either 61 or 62 volcanoes currently erupting. And we're up there at the very max of the volcanic activity we've seen over the last 5 years. So I've not seen a lot of solar activity, and so this has all been kind of strange to see the volcanic activity so high. I think you only get to guess once, too. But hey, our Cascadia subduction zone, now Canada is reporting everything. What is it, a Tuesday, Wednesday? They are reporting everything over here on the Juan de Fuca plate, where it subsides under the North American plate. And there's a lot of problems going on over there. Just like we saw the larger earthquake yesterday, and another 2.3 on that same Juan de Fuca plate being subsided under the North American plate. All right, just taking a, gotta be a volcano under there. Taking a quick look, nothing. The salt mines over here in Quebec. everything we see here. And the last one is offshore, circled in purple. That's going to be a Cascade subduction zone quake. All right, we'll start with the big ones. Someone called this a 6.5 today. Of course, the French, did they already give up? They like to start the wars, right? They just don't like to fight the wars, or, well, let me just say, they're no America, period. All right, I just don't like these people. That's all I can say. Now, I want to say, see who called that at 5.7. It's going to be 1.3 atomic bombs worth of energy released right there. Okay? Very important right there. I did show y'all that there's actually 2 nuclear facilities within a few miles and 2 more being built right there. Bad, 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 bad. I'm so tired of Japan abusing. And that would be the last country I would ever thought abused our global society. But it turns out it's the #1 country doing it. I guess everything's about the dollar nowadays, right? Even our health. Let's see who called this out as a 1.5. I was very impressed. Alright, what we got here? I guess it's the next one. Quake data 6162. It's going to be National Research Institute for Earth Sciences, Germany, 6157, a 6.5 by Indonesia. They've got more geosensors in that area than anyone hopes to. I think we have 2 that I've shown y'all. 2, and they're very far away from this. When Indonesia calls out a 6.5, you can pretty much be aware that you've just seen a 6.5. Now, the difference between a 6.1 and 6.2, the 6.2 is 10 times stronger. A 6.2 magnitude earthquake is 10 times stronger than a 6.1, right? And then a 6.3 magnitude earthquake is 10 times stronger than a 6.2. Y'all can see how it multiplies. It gets into the big numbers very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. All right. We're going to take a look. Remember, North American plate. This is the Russian Peninsula. It is lighting up. Pacific plate boundary, Eurasia plate boundary, and Indonesia plate boundary. And where do they all end up? Well, all these are volcanoes. First off, 1 volcanic ridge, 2 volcanic ridges, 3, 4 volcanic ridges, all into the Japanese islands. And let me just state that the Japanese islands themselves are a volcanic ridge. It's a volcanic island. And I guess y'all saw my earlier video on how many nuclear facilities. The last nuclear facility was almost built under the 6.1, 6.5 maybe. If it's a 6.5, those are big, big problems. I just don't report anything below a 6.1, but 6.5, big problems. Big problems. All right, let's get this back into a state we can look at it. Hey, Miss Darlene. Hey, Miss Tiff. Hey, Miss Teresa. Hey, Miss Catherine. Look, I want to talk to people, and this means Miss Kathy Sirloin. If I said it wrong, my apologies. But look, you're not blocked on this channel. you need to probably update your and Dale Baker, you're not blocked on this channel. I've already talked to YouTube about it today for about 30 minutes of my life, and they're blaming, although they're huge liars, so it's hard to believe anything they say, the fact that you are not turning your phone off so they can update it. I'm just letting you know what they say. I'm not afraid, and I will go to bat for each one of you guys, because what you have to say obviously is so important. They don't want you to say it. We will go into my jail. It has about 0.01% of the people that have subscribed, and about half those people are the same two people. So, and they're not after me. They're not after me, right, Tiff? I'm just standing in between them and someone else. Put it like that. All right. Let's keep going here. Take a look at all of them. Look at the aftershocks there in Japan. All around Japan, where they think that they can build nuclear weapon facilities. What a joke. I mean, these people are stupid. It's going to be Fukushima right there, isn't it? Look, Fukushima Reef right there. We're damn close. Not only is the nuclear facility closed off, the entire city is closed off, and the province. You'd probably know the word province better, as the whole state is evacuated, and they use the road only on the northern side of Japan to utilize the rest of the Japanese islands. This is a big situation going on here. And look, I'm just going to show y'all. It's going to be ridiculous if they keep building. Now, you see where we are, right? See where we are. All right, I'm going to... see if that is it. Oh, that's little Johnny Carey. Well, we'll just pull it up. It comes up first. I'm so mad about this. You know, Fukushima melted down in 2011. It's now 2024. It's a great map here that I already found. It's 2024. Oh God, I'm going to go ahead and do, they're going to try to make it blurry, but I won't let them, don't worry. Look, y'all saw that feature right there? Look, follow the line up. 1, operating nuclear reactor. 2, being built here. Under construction. Where did the swarm of 5 large earthquakes happen? Right here. Look at this inlet right here. Look at this inlet right here. This is irresponsible and moronic. Moronic. If you don't think I'm mad, I'm more than mad. More than mad. Look, they're switching everything out on go, so we'll never know what happened. Look. Gosh, you want to talk about a swarm? Heck, I thought it was 4 or 5. That's your swarm, and that is your nuclear reactors right there. Right the F there. I've seen and heard enough. Who would build a nuclear reactor? Let's just back up and look. They know the whole island is a volcanic ridge, right? It's a volcano, right? These are all volcanoes in the Pacific here. A volcanic ridge comes through here. Another one comes right through here. More volcanic ridges here and here. The whole thing. And if I turn this on, it's a shit show. Look. And they're going to build something right there. And you know what? They're still using the Pacific water to cool the rods in Fukushima, and they decided the only way they can get rid of it is to pour it back in the Pacific. I am someone that loves cod. I won't even eat cod anymore, right? I won't even eat it anymore. These people should be, well, more than ashamed of themselves. They should be in prison. In prison. 1 volcanic ridge, 2 volcanic ridges, 3 volcanic ridges, all volcanoes here. Plate tectonic boundary, North American plate boundary, Pacific plate, Eurasia plate, Indonesian plate. And look, they don't even connect. They don't even connect right there. They also don't connect right here. I've had about enough of Japan. I thought these people were more intelligent than most. They're dumb as rocks, or they're greedy as F. Greedy as F, right? And here you can see it again. 6-1. They moved it up to a 7 on the DYFI from a 5, right? It was probably, as Germany called it out, as a 6-5, releasing 14 atomic bombs worth of energy right there on top of that nuclear power plant. Germany called it out. I guess they're the only ones with any huevos left, right? Besides me. All right, this is back down to Zealandia Rising. We can see that happening here. G, you mean Xi? It's XI. XI is his name. Xi. So these are all the aftershocks here, the 4.9s, the 4.6s, 4.7s right there. And you know what? They assassinated the Prime Minister of Japan because he would not go along with the wars and all the corruption. If y'all remember it, that's what was going on, right? Volcanoes coming down from the Russian peninsula, going all the way around the Aleutian Islands, right? Not Aegean Sea, not Lesser Antilles, Aleutian Islands. Then we see Mount Spur, Mount Hayes. I'm pretty sure they're going to erupt very, very shortly. And then look at this volcanic ridge going right into Kilauea and Mauna Loa. I believe Kilauea will awaken, although both of them have awakened several times this year. It's going to be Kilauea first, then Mauna Loa this time around. Over to the USSA, if we can even call it that anymore. Mount Spur, Mount Hayes, just rocking and rolling. Right there, where you can barely see anything, is Anchorage, Alaska. Anchorage is that little city right there. Mount Spur and Mount Hayes, a volcanic range going down. If y'all are not with the channel and don't know about Pat Price, I suggest you type in Pat Price, Mount Hayes, and figure out what we all know. What we all know. Who knows about Cliff High? And I think he is high. Cliff High, my report's coming out tomorrow on Cliff High and his... Well, he guessed that Trump would become president. He guessed that Trump would become president this year, only after Joe Rogan interviewed him with that, and he calls it, well, a stippler. If that happens, if you will, everything else in that timeline is going to go down. He believes, Cliff High and a bunch of other high people around, that there will be an alien invasion on the 4th of December. That is why I keep showing y'all the blue lights. That's the only reason. I don't believe it. All right. Wow. What we got going on here? Mount Rainier, little flanky. Look, 11.1, a 0.1, 11 kilometers northeast of Asher, Washington. I mean, you can't get any more freaky than this. Not only is the depth 11.1, it's 11 kilometers northeast of the actual caldera, and it's 0.1 magnitude. See what the other one says? 0.5, 6.0. Ashford still. This is Mount St. Helens. That's Rainier. Adams here. Mount Hood here. The Seven Sisters working their way down here. Looks like there's a little swarm over Morton. Let's see what that looks like. Take a look. A 1.2. Nothing out of the ordinary. I believe that Mount St. Helens would be the very first to go. That's Mount Olympic. That's Glacier Mount. All right. We're going to move our way down. We're going to have a little fun tonight. Miss Teresa's going to help us out about midnight with a reading tonight. I think y'all know that Iceland used to have the biggest geothermal plant in the world. It was taken over by Geyser's geothermal plant. If y'all ever watch the World Master, please don't watch this channel, okay? Please stick in that world, right? Just not the kind of people I want on my channel. And hey, if I lose 1,000 people tonight, I don't care. These people, y'all might not realize we get 55, 54 new subscribers a day. And if y'all are willing to listen to someone that pulls bullshit out of their hat to make a video, I don't want you on this channel, right? It's your decision, but I'm kind of laying it down, right? Kind of laying it down. When they report 4 threes on the Garlock fault system that separates what? The San Andreas from the what? We're the only ones that seem to know. The what? Walker Lane fault system. He actually was following me and using my URL so bad a year ago. YouTube loves disenfranchised losers. That's why they unsubscribe you guys, and they throw subscribers at people like him and other disenfranchised losers. It's just how it goes. I'm used to it, right? Before, I had a manager who I've never seen or met. Everything was just sweet. So I'm not bitching, but he did come on and say, well, there's another channel and they believe that there's a geyser on Mount Cobb. Well, first off, I want to say 2 things. There actually is a geyser on Mount Cobb. There's a hotel with 3 or 4 hot springs or geysers, but the geysers is the name of Calpine's geothermal unit in the Clear Lake. He lives in California. He lives there. And I have to listen to this. I almost threw up. Well, I threw up a little bit in my mouth. There's no geysers there. Well, actually, that's the name of the plant, jackass. But you didn't even know, even living in Northern California, there was a geothermal plant in the Clear Lake volcanic range. Mount Cobb, Clear Lake City, etc. It's a lot of action. Imagine if you guys worked there. This is 24 hours. 24 hours of work. How many earthquakes? And these are all the ones in red or the last hour or so. What do you say, Christine? What do you say, Tim Alaska? Good to see you. Everything in red's from the last hour. we're going to do a little, we're going to count these two because this is the Clear Lake Volcanic Range. This is Clear Lake. This is the city of Clear Lake. Now imagine this. If you worked at the plant, they have 19 well holes drilled into the volcano itself. They use this steam to turn turbines. It's like having 19 dams. I pulled up the turbines. I've shown you all the turbines. I've shown you all the plant. We're not going to do it tonight. But what they do is it's almost like damming the Colorado River 19 times. It creates enough energy to create energy for all of Paul Pelosi's area here, right? Paul Pelosi's wine country here, all of San Fran, all of Oakland, a lot of Sacramento, into Sacramento, and then this is actually the Palo Alto or Silicon Valley, as y'all might know it, right? This one thing powers all of that, all of it. Now, working there would be a problem because obviously, I don't know if y'all, I drilled 72 wells in California, and even let's go down and look, even a 2.2 put me on the ground at the bank several times. So a lot of activity. And if you're not, there's a 4.6 right there. No, up in Papua New Guinea. Now that 4.6 is right there, isn't it? Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, we'll go ahead and enlarge this first, just 2 7s. So a 2.7 would put me on the ground while I was at the bank doing banking, etc. A 3.0 knocked me down. Everyone else seemed to think it was fun. You know, when you don't live there, it's not so fun. I want 2 numbers out of everyone. One number being, hey, how many earthquakes popped off on Geysers geothermal plant, now owned, built in 1926, now owned by Calpine, and what would you work there for? I'm going to go big here. This looks like a lot to me. I like Teresa's guess. I'm going to actually go a little bit more than Teresa and cut her off at the hips. 44, and she won't work there. She's retired, and I'll work there for $450,000. But what I want is a 13-3. 3 days, 13 hours, and then the rest sleep and eat and poop. What dictator, Mark? Is he on now? You talking about Trudeau? Are you talking about Biden? Or are you talking about Trump? Can't just comment like that, right? Right, 42. It's already up here. Good guess, Tiffany. I was seeing if there was any cheaters. I think we've got one. Tiffany Hartman. So if any of y'all don't know, Lake Tahoe is a volcanic lake. My friend works at the Reno rental place where they rent barges. They have to pull them out. Barges don't sink unless a methane bubble sinks them. Every week, twice a week, he's pulling out barges that get methane bubbles. All the smart money, the government money, sold their property all around Lake Tahoe. And we'll just kind of finish this out here in the USA. I'll show you all the Garlock fault here that we can turn it on, but this is going to be the west side of the Garlock, central side. This is going to be Little Lake, Sierraless, and Ridgecrest. Ridgecrest, Sierra's Little Lake. That's how you know someone knows what they're doing, right? God, quit following dumb people because they have a YouTube channel. This is what I do in retirement, right? In retirement, I provided over 10,000 full-time jobs to people before I even thought about this, and I taught college people before I thought about this. So I would like for Tiffany to look at Yellowstone. These are some pretty big activities here in the northern part of Yellowstone here. Point A, these are big. Blasting allowed here. I've taught y'all about blasting, negative 2.0. Trying to release the pressure on Yellowstone. This is what? Does anyone know? Snake River Caldera, and you can zoom in. That's craters of the moon. All of the hundreds of volcanoes. So is that there? Just giving y'all a little bit of the picture of reality. All fracking shit. All fracking. There are fires out here on the New Madrid, but we don't see anything on the New Madrid today. We do have a quake in New Jersey. I just knew it was New Jersey, of course. And that's a fault. You can actually see the fault running up through here into New Jersey. Not a big quake, but something that's going to cause problems. Part of it's called Marcellus Shale Play. Alright, let's put this in action. Look at that bad boy. 100 plus mile per hour winds here. And I don't know what they're running here. We have to refresh this, see if we can get a regular situation up here. I mean, I'll try to run it. They keep redoing this crap. Well, how gay. How gay. Wendy, you're losing all your customers. You're losing everyone. Put up pop-up ads. Should I be your manager too? Should I manage for you too? Because I've had enough of crap, right? Put up pop-up ads because you're losing everyone that watches or uses and utilizes your channels. Now by Thursday, Friday, and that's just, well, tomorrow and the next day, we can see the Central Plains are really going to get tough here, and this bad boy is still coming inbound. And the East Coast is getting hit by a nor'easterly right now. All right. It looks to me, y'all think that, I know y'all think that hurricane season's over, but I'm going to make a strange call. Look at this. Where's it coming from, James? Y'all see it? Coming right from the island. I told y'all. The National Weather Center had it on. Look. And then where's all this? Where's all this? Irregular lightning, cloud seeding. All that will turn to black once it's hit by lightning. To me, this is an obvious attempt to try to start another tropical system. Of course, right here. And I do believe we saw some other activity very close to here. See what I can see here. But this is what I call blatant. This is blatant. Look at that. No storms. Irregular lightning only. And then watch, right from that island we always talk about, watch that beam come across. See, they're going to get it spinning now. That's the next trick. You'll see it come off of here tomorrow. If Into Thin Air wants to steal one of my videos, just wait a few hours. You can steal it from here, right? Right? Don't email me as my friend and then steal screenshots from my videos either. Period. Anyway, not that it bothers me, I just laugh. But I think that those with eyes that can see this is a big problem, right? And I will say that it looks pretty good. Central Plains wise. All right, there are no fires according to the Canadian government. All the fires have been put out by the snowstorm, by the ice storm, by the rainstorms that have hit. They're all good. They're all good according to. Yeah, I didn't like it. My screenshot up on his video the next day. I didn't like it, especially when he pals me all the time. Not something I enjoy, right? Going a little bit too big for your britches. I know how to pull them down and embarrass you with your little tinkler. We call it a tinkler when it's that small, right? All right. Here we go. This is all going to be out. We got so much ice and snow. I'm about to show you over here. 0% contained. 3,747 acres right there in Oregon. This should be 100% contained, right? Yes. So we have a brand new fire here that started after the water is pushed through here. Another one right here, 100% contained. These should all be out, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Everything here in yellow and red started today. These all started today here. Well, it's true. You can see the screenshot that he pulled. I was up at 4:20 doing it. And he got up at 10 and he had that same screenshot, but it was just a square. I didn't even email him. I almost did because he buddy-buddied me. He had done that like 20 times. Buddy-buddied me. And I don't care what goofball podcast invited you to be on their show. If you're going to lie, cheat, and steal, you're not going to make it in this business. All you had to do was call me and I said you could use it. That was it. Into thin air. Enjoy your 10,000 views a day because that's going to be about it. I, on the other hand, will be doing again like I used to as soon as YouTube lets me go, hopefully. And we're already up to 20, 30,000 views a day. We'll be doing 100,000 views a day soon again. This is our Go satellite covering North America, which will include British Columbia and Alberta. Everything that is this size is 404 hectares or larger. And this is Yellowstone here, Snake River Caldera here. These are all fires. BC here, all fires. And then these red passes that you see here, they're what's called Landsat passes. That's our new satellite. I can't believe we'd build a brand new satellite that can only see, what is it, a balloon that's only like 50 feet high? Can only see like 150 miles across? I don't get it. I did pay for it, I'm sure, but I don't get it. These are all 404 hectares or 1,000 acres or more. And they go right into Boston. Right into Boston as always. Alright, real quick, just looking at a global map. Just a little lesson for everybody. See this area where there's nothing here? It's a little area where there's nothing here. There's a lot of fires below, a lot of fires above. Watch my latitude up there. Watch it. When I get to 0 latitude, i.e. the equator, there's nothing there. And that pretty much, goes forever. Now there are always exceptions to every rule. Alright, air quality, ladies and gentlemen. The air quality on the Gulf Coast sucks, right where I'm at. Super bad. I haven't had to take any asthma medicine today. 131 parts per million. With 10 parts per million, increasing your lung cancer percentage by 36%, according to WHO and the International Research Association on Cancer. I think they hate it. They hate it when I got them by the nuts, right? Because I only use their information, right? Their information. Now, the rest of the U.S., besides the Gulf Coast here, I believe this is all coming from the volcanoes erupting here from Mexico City down into Guatemala. And that PM 2.5 is caused by 4 or 5 things that I know about. Caused by fires, caused by volcanoes, caused by heavy industrial, nuclear, and although it's not in the list, according to Wiki or according to any science magazine, we've seen it being brought over by sandstorms out of the Sahara. Haven't we? Haven't we? I think we have. I believe that right there, that 108, I'm going to prove a little something. I'm always a prover. What we're going to do is we're going to take PM 2.5 right here, just real quick, as we always do. The deadliest particulate known to man, because it's only 2.5 nanometers in length. PM10's nothing, nitrous oxide's nothing. That breaks the blood-brain barrier. And I already proved to you guys that all this crap coming from, this is 2 volcanoes, that's 1 big volcano. It doesn't look big. These are all additional volcanoes, and they turned it off because I busted them again. Last year at the same time we busted them again. Let's see if they're going to allow these volcanoes to actually, Catalina Island is another volcano. Catalina Island. So I guess only the people that have been watching me for some time realize what's going on here. Los Angeles is being killed by Catalina Island, and this is not working like it usually does. I told y'all, what did I say? They're going to make a call because we nailed them 10 days in a row, and they're going to tell them they can't play that anymore. It's my exact words. No tropical storms next 7 days. This is the front coming down here, guys. We got, we got winter storm warnings. We've got winter weather advisories. This is bad quality air here. And let me show y'all something. The map's never done this before, but I'm going to show y'all something. I'm just going to pick anywhere, right? And if I go there, look, there's a hazardous weather outlook there. But if I go back here, there's no hazardous weather outlook there. The map's always been perfect. Did y'all catch that? Tulsa, I'll do it again. I can do it anywhere in the country. So they're hiding weather at the National Weather Service. I used to brag about them all of the time. So all I did was brag about them, how they were the only government agency I could trust. Can I trust them anymore? Oh, let's see. Look, hazardous weather outlook. Let's go back to the map. Do y'all see anything here? Why is it not a hazardous weather outlook? I am completely lost on this one. This started happening about a week ago. Look, the whole thing's under hazardous weather outlook. Started happening about a week ago, and I don't know exactly where we can and can't do it. Of course, I probably am just getting lucky, right? See, let's see though. Well, you can see here hazardous weather, and let's see if that's covered. It might be covered, but this is not covered, and nothing down here is covered. So this map is not what it used to be. You no longer can trust the National Weather. Oh. All right. Tomorrow we have heavy snow coming into the Rockies here. Remember, it really is a low pressure front. It really is a low pressure front. Heavy snow in North Dakota, heavy snow in Montana, heavy snow in Montana here. Two different fronts. We have more snow and ice mix here. Freezing rain possible up north of New York, in Vermont, in Connecticut, in Maine. But freezing rain all throughout here. And then we do have a chance for heavy snow here. And that's going to be the Colorado Rockies, into the Colorado Rockies. And this is going to be, well, in Utah, right? This is going to be in Nevada here. Got a little something in Oregon here. And then right around Lake Tahoe. But look, it's an L. It's a low. At least they don't lie about it. 99.9% of the time they lie about it. I'll show y'all. It's supposed to be an L. How do we have a low pressure front? A low pressure front. This is impossible, by the way. How do we have a low pressure front? And y'all can see. How do I know it's low? Because, look, watch. It's spinning counterclockwise. That's how I know it's low. With 100 mile per hour winds, by the way. Spinning counterclockwise. In the northern hemisphere, any high pressure has to spin what? Clockwise. And I got a lot of problems with what's going on right now. I do know the Earth is now tilted much more than they're telling us it is. And I don't know how important that is. All I'm going to say is that it is in fact tilted at about 33 to 34 degrees based on some simple experiments I personally did. So, DJ in the house. All right, so we're doing real good. I'm going to check in on Oregon here. And it looks pretty good, guys. It does. Looks pretty good. We're going to check in on Washington State here. Based on what they just got, looks pretty darn good. Right? Pretty darn good. So most of the power is on in the U.S. A lot of you guys don't know that they just fired more long-range missiles into Ukraine a few moments ago. If y'all don't think there's a chance you won't wake up in the morning, well, you're not on the same page as I am, period. Putin has warned everyone, and it's like they promised that they were going to first strike him today. How do you think that pushes him? I mean, what would you do if 15 countries said they wanted to preemptive strike you because you're going to strike them, even though in 3 years you've never struck anyone but Ukraine, which you owned the property of before the caloric revolution with Norm Eisen and Janwowski, DOD employees, with the special voting machines? What would you do? What would you do? You know what I would do? You know Putin's going to be safe. And y'all probably don't know that Putin has built actual bunkers for 100% of his people. How many of y'all do you think the U.S. government has built bunkers for? Does anyone have a big zero in front of them? Because that's how many bunkers have been built for you guys. Putin, with a little military budget of $74 million a year, has flown in front of the U.S., right? All the dumb kids that play video games are like, oh no, we have spaceships. Oh no, we have this, we have that. We don't have shit. I saw 15 tests trying to just launch a hypersonic missile off of a B-52 Stratosphere. Guess how many times it worked? YouTube erased them all, but they couldn't get it to work. Period. It's embarrassing as fuck. 2.7 trillion. 74 million. I didn't say billion. I said million. Million. The same is true with China. If they were to charge China $40,000 for a bag of bolts or $80,000 for a soap dispenser, you would never see the heads of those companies again. Doesn't matter who they were. You'd never see them again. So tired of this shit show that we're in. It's like a circus, but there's no ringleader. Or is there? Or is there? All right, we're going to go ahead and go to Miss Teresa. Read a little bit of the Bible a little bit early in the night. I don't want to make it too scary for y'all, but hey, there's a great chance that you won't make it till Christmas. I cannot believe that they struck for the fourth or fifth time a Russian airbase again. With, first off, illegal cluster bombs. Second off, Brandon didn't even know he was part of that, but, you know, I guess that's no excuse. He's too insane to be prosecuted, but he's able to make the rules as far as cluster bombs that are illegal per the Geneva Convention and, well, personnel, I guess they call them personnel mines, anti-personnel mines, which are actually illegal as well to be used. Why do we have all these brand new personnel mines? Why do we have all this shit that we're not supposed to have? Why do why do our ATCMSs have cluster bombs attached to them, which would be against the law that we enacted, the same law that we enacted? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And you know what? I know a lot of you people just don't know any better. But James Kaufman, World News Report today. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, good evening. It's Teresa.
Miss Teresa, you know, I'm a little bit worried tonight.
Hi, James. Why?
Well, because they keep escalating when I wanted to de-escalate. Right? Miss Teresa, I know. If you got your faith and your deeds, we're not worried.
Yep. God's got this.
And I believe I need your permission first to take you on live, but
You have it, sir.
I do believe this. Whoever tries to fire their nukes, I don't think that they're going to be allowed to. Let's just put it like that, okay? I don't think they're going to be allowed to fire their nukes, period. Whoever decides to screw up first, I think they're going to be in more trouble than they ever hoped to be in.
Evil can no longer hide.
And that's what we're seeing. That's why, who's the guy from Leo DiCaprio? He was trying to hide with his outfit in New Zealand yesterday, but everyone, they were actually, if I tell you all what they were screaming, they weren't.
I can't even watch that crap.
They weren't screaming, "Hey, Leo!" They were screaming, "PEDO, pedo." It's because it's done. They can't even go out to dinner. They can't walk down the streets anymore.
If it's not positive, inspiring, and encouraging, I don't want to have anything to do with it.
But you know what? God said that everything has to be known.
That's true. You're very right, sir. And that's your job. Thank goodness it's not mine, because I wouldn't be any good at it.
Well, you're great at what you do. Miss Teresa helps us with a part of the Bible every night. It's always encouraging to me. The first time I've ever been able to actually learn about the Bible is because she reads it magnificently. I will say,
I just do my best, and I thank you.
I will say this: Jerome adopted a second dog with me yelling at him. I was like, Jerome, you don't have a house. You already own one dog. So we had a long talk.
A second dog found him?
I guess, he did make a deal with me. He would try to find a good home for it. I said, well, make sure it's a good home, okay? Because there's a lot of people out here that'll go sell that dog for $50, right? And we know where they're going to sell him, okay?
Dog food's very expensive.
Hey, it really is. And he doesn't realize that you can't feed them people food that much, okay? So.
Well, I can't say that because.
Well, if it's steak or chicken.
Born and raised and growing up on the farm, we, they got our potato peels cooked and our leftover cornbread and our leftover whatever table scraps, the dogs ate. So, and they lived to be, very old dogs, 16 to 20 years old.
You know what? Mine did too. I won't lie. We had table dog. Every scrap went. Everyone was feeding the dog under the table, and even they say potatoes are deadly. My dog never died.
We cooked the potato peels in with the corn mush, and that was their supper or breakfast or whatever the next day. And they lived to be old dogs, and they were healthy.
Well, and there's only about 3 or 4 things you're really not supposed to give dogs. And hey, that could be all lies. It's just something I've read. I don't have a lab. I can't do the testing. Right?
Right.
So, hey, Miss Teresa always helps us with a part. Lately, the NIV, which is really the King James.
Matthew 6.
All right. Oh, Matthew's my favorite. All right. I read them all in Matthew, and I can't say that about any other. I don't know why.
It's all in red.
That must have been why I was. Just so y'all know, I'm not kidding. Watch this. I've got Matthew saved right here. Matthew, right there, as you saw, as one of my favorites, and because I want to keep reading it. So this is going to be an awesome time for me, at least. when she says it's all in red, Miss Teresa says that, she means, and see the quotes here, that means it's the word of Jesus or God, depending on if it's the Old Testament or the New Testament. Is that right?
Well, he is in me, so...
Well, I know that they're one of the same. Mm-hmm. Have we ever seen red in the Old Testament or no?
No, I have not.
Neither have I, but I was just trying to make something up. Okay. No, I was just saying that usually this is the word of Jesus. And when Jesus returns, he will be your creator. It's one and the same, right? So it actually says that in something that she read about 3 days ago. That's the only reason I know it.
Yeah, it was a good one.
All right, so does yours start by giving to the needy?
Be careful not to do your acts of righteousness before men, to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. So when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, to be honored by men. I tell you the truth, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Our prayer is that, and when we do pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in synagogues and on the street corners, to be seen by men. I tell you the truth, they have received the reward in full. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like pagans, for they think that they will be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them, for your Father knows what you need before you even ask him. Then, this is how you should pray. Our Father, in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For you forgive men when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive men their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins.
So Jerome told me. So I've been trying to get Kathy back on desperately. Miss Teresa?
Yeah?
This is different from what I've learned. And I think from what you've learned as well. I can actually say what I've learned. Forgive us of our debts. These aren't the words that I learned. Our trespasses. Is that what you learned, or am I way off here?
No, you're right on.
Okay, I'm just wondering if this is an overinterpretation. Trespasses means that you have done too much or come onto someone too much, if you will. Whereas debts is different for me. It means that you've borrowed and you owe something. So that's the first time it's NIV, so I'll shut up.
When you fast, do not look somber, as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show men they are fasting. I tell you the truth, they have received a reward in full. But when you fast, Put oil on your head. Wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to men that you are fasting, but only to your unseen. And your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasures is, there your heart is also. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkest, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Do not worry. Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, what you will drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to his life? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the lilies of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon, in all of his splendor, was dressed like one of those. If that is how God's clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all of these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all the things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Amen.
You know, Jerome tells me this every single day of his life. He does, and I feel like I'm included here. I lost a lot of sight out of my left eye here, but I don't.
No, this is the direction you're.
If I was after money,
your
guys,
thoughts go, your vision goes, where your, that's where your energy flows, right?
there is no money in YouTube. I just want everyone to know that, and I'll put the receipts down if y'all want to see them. What I do want to do is everyone that thinks they're blocked, I want y'all to stick around here tonight because we're going to go over everyone that's blocked. And if anyone, I'm going to turn that back on because let me get some juice. Because if someone's blocked, it's not me blocking y'all. So that was awesome. I did feel bad losing some sight, and well, I felt almost called out, but
I don't think we're talking about eyesight here.
yes,
We're talking about your focus of
where we're headed. Miss Teresa, are you scared at all? I know you have a son, 2 sons and a daughter. And I have 2 sons and a daughter too, believe it or not. I just thought about that. But are you not scared for yourself? But are you scared for them?
No.
About what's going on right now?
No.
Are they believers?
Yes.
Are they pure believers? Like, I consider myself almost a pure believer, and I know you are.
Yes.
But almost is just because you don't want to claim yourself to be something, right?
I don't want to what, huh?
The reason I say almost for me is because I want someone else to make that judgment, right? If y'all saw what YouTube has done to me, I can't be in it for the finances. There's only one reason I'm in it for, and I'll tell y'all. Her name is Caitlin Kaufman. And I think most of you guys have gotten it by now, right? And I wanted to ask Miss Teresa, because she's got 2 sons and a daughter just like me. I am worried about Caitlin. She gave me a Christmas list tonight that's as long as my truck. I was like, sweetheart, this is not what Christmas is about, right? I was trying to teach her. And what I said is, hey, you've worked hard. Can you believe, guys, she brought all those F's to A's, up to A's and B's? And that just shows y'all she could have straight A's again. I don't know if she needed a hug from me, because I went over and hugged her several times. I don't know if she needed a that a boy. I don't know what the break was there. I'm still trying to figure it out. She's probably listening to me. But there was a break, and all of a sudden she cared again. Right? And even, I told y'all, the principal wanted to put her in check and give her a quote-unquote ticket, which meant putting her in the system. And I was 100% in agreement with him, but he's probably not smart enough to know what the system is, okay? Even though he's the principal of the whole district, he's just probably not smart enough to know what the system is. So you have enough faith in your children, even at 12 or 13, Miss Teresa?
I'm going to say yes. Yes.
At 12 or 13, you'd have enough faith in your children that if everything went bad tomorrow, which it looks like it's going to, by the way, I've got a report that I'm going to come out. It's going to knock your socks off. I can't believe they're still finding these. It's not like they want to start World War III. It's like they're insistent on it before Trump gets into office. I bet on day one, Trump and Putin would go have a beer somewhere and have a great time, right? I mean, we all know that. It's the saddest thing. And everyone says, well, James, why don't you do something about it? Well, I think I am, but you know what? Yeah, I can do more, but I'll be in prison for the rest of my life. And then I've let my daughter down again. So I'm not sure what to do anymore.
You didn't let her down. She is a pro at the behavior, what works for her.
And that's what her mom says. Her mom told me today, you became a multimillionaire, and she learned from you. You yelling in those closed door studies. You teaching everyone. You doing this. You doing that. She's just like you. You. I was like, hey, wait. It cannot be all my fault. And hey, if it is, she's back to a straight A and B student. Never made a C or D. I taught you. I told you, Miss Teresa, we had to hire a tutor, and she didn't want the tutor to come to her test, so she refused it. I didn't tell y'all this. I think she only wanted to be heard. If that makes any sense to anyone.
It makes very good sense.
She wanted to be heard about the divorce. I've never been through a divorce. I think she wanted everyone to come to her and hear her. And hear her cries, although she is too tough to cry. Too tough to cry, like her dad. Although, shit, when y'all looked out for me the other night, I did shed a tear afterwards. Appreciate that. But poor Caitlin. I wanted her to have, like my dad's 78 years old. I wanted her to have 78 years on this planet. And you know what that means, Miss Teresa, right? 77, right? And that's not any kind of cut. I'm just saying.
I hear what you're saying, dear, but our loved ones are always with us. And it's not really death. It's just going from here to there. And there is much more better.
Yes, ma'am. And
they're going to all be with us. We'll all be together. We're not leaving anything.
if there's anything I can do, I don't want to let her down. As her father, and I'm not a bad father, trust me. Never yelled at her, never spanked her, never nothing. I'm so afraid that she won't get the chances and things in this world that I got, right? So, of course, I'm overdoing it for Christmas. Everyone knows that. My parents are going to fly us out to the Child's Casino. There's a Child's Casino, believe it or not. Jimmy Buffett. I like it's Jimmy Buffett. He owns all the Child's Casinos in the world. And so we'll be going there with, of course, her friend, because I don't even know if I'll be talked to. But that's okay, right? That's okay. If we make it that long. Did y'all hear what the NATO commander said today? He wants a preemptive strike. I'm like, wait, NATO just means defense if any country's attacked. I read the NATO treaty today. It actually says if any of the NATO countries are attacked, they will retaliate together. So I was like, well, how did this become offensive? Right? And even more, Miss Teresa, he's from the Netherlands. Koosh! I liked it. My eyes are so bad. I love it. Miss Teresa, do you remember when I taught you about the Netherlands?
Yes.
And I didn't make mistakes, okay? So, what's so weird is...
I can't see the chat just so everybody knows.
So, Kush, or no, Kristen, sweetheart, tell me in another... Christy, I'm sorry, my computer, too, won't let me see everything because I've got 3 computers running right now, but God bless you. What does 888 mean? You must have meaning from that. You've got a lot of thumbs up.
Eternity is glory. We're all going to be 1,000 years of beautiful, wondrous glory. Is that what you're asking? 888?
Well, that was her super chat. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't see the chat.
Yeah, she must know more than me. And so many people. Yeah, I'm the Mr. Genius. Yeah, I'm the one that did $22 million in the last 10 years. But you know what? I don't know as much as a lot of you people. When y'all talk about the Blue Star Kachina, I laugh at y'all. When y'all talk about Carlito Gush, God bless you, he came back with, they're fighting 777 with a 3, 6, and 9. So much, so important. So important. I learned what 3, 6, and 9 finally meant yesterday. Took my whole life to learn. You'll have to remember Von Braun and the firmament. He was teaching y'all that 3, 6, and 9 means that there's a firmament over earth and everything's for, I don't even know how to put this, so I'm not going to try to put it, but
it is confusing, but you can't even, it's just so simple. If you remain in the simple,
Miss Teresa, I'm working on
so much easier.
I'm working on 2 reports right now, and they've gotten so hard that I had to bring my father into them. He's like, James, this is so confusing. I was like, well, you're going to have to read everything. He's like, you got 40 reports here. You're trying to put them into one. I said, well, it has to be like that. And this all today, he's willing to help for free, right? And remember, he's a Scientologist that actually, I pulled him out of that church after they stole $110,000 from him.
When I lived in Clearwater, they were very big there. He had over 100, and he was working for me, so I got enough of it. I said, hey, I own this company. I'm going to fire your ass, or you're coming out of that Scientologist cult, is what I told him. And he thought he was still heavyweight champion boxer of the world, right? Which he was. LSU, you can look him up. But he forgot that he taught me to be a 10th degree black belt in Shotokan and Jiu-Jitsu and several other. And so when he tried to hit me, I didn't hit him back. I just block, and kept talking slowly and calmly. And he couldn't figure out how I could do this. I want to say, you taught me how to do this. You taught me all of this. But, and you know what? We had 74 people, all the attorneys, looking down the window at the parking lot on this one. The only reason is because they told me the other day they watched everything. They said, God, I would never screw with you, James. I never hit him, slapped him, nothing. But, you know, he trained me for 40 years to be able to block those and not have to attack. And I never attacked him. All I was trying to do was talk to him, and I was saying things that he didn't want to hear, right? And it's so hard to talk to people about things they don't want to hear. It took me over 2 years to convince him we didn't go to the moon. And it's because of his, what? Pride. Pride is the worst thing you can have. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Miss Teresa, give us something here before we go. We're not going to go anywhere, but give us something. What do you think? How should I look at the end of the world with Caitlin? You know, Caitlin's I was over there today, in her bed with her. I won't lie to you. All I was over there to do is see what kind of jewelry she had so I could get her a little bit better jewelry. I mean, and not let her know what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Well, we'll say a little prayer for Caitlin. We lift up Caitlin pray our youth would come to know and trust and love in Jesus. Protect them from our enemy's influence by strengthening them in the influence of the Holy Spirit in the world, and especially in all of our schools. Amen.
Amen. Y'all heard what we're doing with the schools here in Texas and Oklahoma now? I told y'all the pendulum would swing, just like I told y'all who Trump's going to be. But with that said, Miss Teresa, let's just say when I gave her the hug, she's never hugged back like this. It was like way, not too much. It can never be too much. Right? It's almost like she was begging for something. Right? And that was last night. It's been bothering me every moment of the day, every moment of the night since then. Your words
to that is, I'm always here for you.
I did say that.
Willing to listen without any judgment. And I am here for you.
Well, I don't always add.
What the day, hour, time, it doesn't matter.
I don't add the little stuff, but I always said, sweetheart, you realize the only reason I'm 0.2 miles away from the big house is because I'm always here for you only.
But sometimes she needs to hear those words and not have to act out in some behavior to get everybody to drop everything and come.
Right, and I think she likes it best when I take people's jobs from them, and I feel terrible for doing this shit, you know?
Attention is attention, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's attention.
And she's seen me in action for 13, 14 years now. Y'all have only seen me in action for 3 or 4 years. Let's just say it used to be a lot worse. If there was $10 million on the line, right? Mm-hmm. So, with that said, I want to thank Miss Teresa for reading for us.
You're very welcome. Sending much love to everyone. Good night.
Good night. I just hope we all make it through another one of these wonderful evenings, right? We are going to actually, they took away Cactus 1. Can anyone even imagine? That was the only thing we got any good information from. That's your new Cactus 1. Some Hollywood basement show is what I call this, okay? Y'all remember Cactus 1? We could see everything. What is this? What is this? There were never any questions with Cactus 1. Never one question with Cactus 1. You know what? I used to, everything fit together like a puzzle. I actually called out a solar storm before, when Trump was still, actually Brandon just got in charge. And I'd actually called it out. I was able to determine, because of the liftoff, they used to give us a lot more information from the sun, the speed of the CME. I called it for 6:30 one night, and everyone lost their phone data, their internet, everything. And I got 1,000. Those people are gone because they took them away. 1,000 people that said, James, you're a genius. You nailed this to the minute. And then we had Brandon come on and his handlers and say, we've been attacked. We've been attacked by a DDoS or internet attack from, what are the 3 countries? It's always Russia, China, and this time it was Brazil. But the funny part was, I called it out 3 days beforehand, but to the minute. I remember it was 6:30, 6:35 p.m. I could tell it would hit. All you got to do is some equations, some quick equations. I could tell it was going to hit. It hit. My whole computer lit up. I didn't even have anything going on. It just lit up. You nailed it. And then only to hear Brandon and them say that it was a computer attack when it was not a computer attack. And then after that, of course, NASA has always been bad news, right? I could never, ever believe anything NASA said. Noah was on the edge. That was the night they turned to filth. And then, if y'all watch my program, the National Weather Service has only turned to filth in the last 3-4 weeks. I mean, I'm trying to guess here. They used to cover everything perfectly. Better than I could ever imagine. Although I can do a little forecasting, sometimes a little bit better. They used to always at least tell the truth, and now they just suck eggs. Period. We say, William. All right. It's only 12:15. Who wants to call in and say howdy? William? With your 2 dogs? You want to call and say howdy? Tiff? You want to call and say howdy? If Stove is around, I got William on the line. James Coppin, World News Report today. Keep it YouTube friendly. Do I have your permission to take you live?
Absolutely, sir.
Yes, sir. Jay, we're going to call you Jay.
Sounds good to me.
I hear that. Hey, you saw my reply. You have no business with 2 dogs.
I just wanted to call in and say hello and let you know that I got rid of that little puppy today.
I hope you got a good home for him, man.
Yeah, 3 kids. A lady broke down on the highway. Well, sort of broke down. One of her hoses was leaking water, and I helped her out and then followed her all the way to Charleston to make sure she didn't break down. And now I'm on my way back to Florida. I mean, almost to Savannah, Georgia now, but Charleston has grown so much in the last 30 years. I couldn't believe it. I was lost in the whole city. Before, I used to know where I was going, but in 30 some years, it is like tripled in size.
Well, is that Charleston?
South Carolina.
Yeah. You, I mean, what are you trying to do? Drive around the whole world?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? I ain't got nothing better to do.
You know, Jerome, you can still get your CDL no matter your past right now. You can. That would be your number one go-to, especially with a dog.
Yeah, but they want a co-signer or a backer for truck driving school.
Not here in Houston, they don't.
Well, I'm coming to Houston then.
Just type it in. Type in CDL permit Houston. There's 10,000 people hiring because the second biggest port is in Houston, Texas. The first biggest port is in Long Beach, right?
Right.
So once you get a little experience, instead of being what's called over the road, you can be
Owner operator.
well, screw. You don't want to do that.
No, because it costs too much to keep up.
Insurance, you'll lose your truck. Someone have it. What you want to do?
The tires are like $600.
Right. So what you want to do instead is move from over the road to, they call it like day.
Yeah, short in-state runs.
It's called something else. I would know it if you said it. It's a day run.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're talking about.
around here, they're everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of your Family Dollar and stuff like that are in Dollar General are all in-state short runs. They all hire from people that are working in those states.
And never put your own truck up. Just FYI.
Yeah, I know. My stepdad had his own truck, and he made more money driving for other people than he did driving for himself.
Exactly. I'm gonna teach you right now. Watch this.
How many volcanoes do we have? 70 up today?
We had 69.
Again?
We did 73 the other day.
Yeah,
Look,
I know. Yesterday was 69. I figured we'd have one more today because of that earthquake.
look. I can keep going for probably multiple candidates hiring. 70 and 50 a week. I know that's not great money or nothing. It's, $6,000. But $1,500 a week is a kind of a normal here. CDL regional.
I'd be happy with $1,000 a week.
We'll train $300 a day. We'll train recruiting, just from a recruiting company, Higher Impact Recruiting.
Yeah.
And I mean, guys, these goes on here with the biggest port. Hey, Darlene, God bless you. Thank you. My eyes have gotten so bad, but God bless you so much. No matter if it's 50 cents or 2 cents. Jones, a great friend of mine. We've broken bread, which makes us inseparable. Am I right, Joan?
And we even spent New Year's together.
Yeah, and he's...
Back there was a crazy ex-player when I got there.
As always, right? Joe's nothing but good people, right? I had no problem leaving him in his room, my extra room, and I never thought a word about it. He didn't know I was breaking the law because I won't even go into that. But Joe.
Yeah, it's all good, brother.
But you know what? Nothing but good people. If I can get you on a CDL, I'm gonna do it. And if
I'm coming to Texas, brother. I'm coming back to Texas.
all right, well, don't bring. You can bring your dog outside, but don't bring him in here.
No, he's trained. He's potty trained. He's a lover.
Aren't they all?
His name's Victory. He can't be nothing but a lover.
Guy, if I had to give my $7,000 Mercury away to my father,
I was offered $300 for my dog today at a truck stop. Some vato one. Hey, how much for the dog? I gave you $300. I said you couldn't give me $3,000 for this dog.
well, I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all saw that big earthquake here in Japan right here? Look at that. Jerome, did you see? You didn't see my report yet.
Yeah, I did. That's crazy.
Did you see the 2 nuclear plants being built right there?
Right there, they had one going and building another one right out.
It said 2. If you look at the square up there, 2 new nuclear plants being built there.
Yeah, what is wrong with them? I
thought Japanese people were smarter than us. I really did. I mean, I really did, guys.
No, they're not.
Maybe they're just greedier.
No, and what it is they have so many lights on that island.
Well,
so much electricity and so many people in that condensed area.
Remember when I did it? It came in as a 3.7. And remember, Germany said it was a 6.5 with 2.75 million atomic bombs. They're lying. That's what this all information tells you guys.
Yep.
I know Jerome knows a lot about this situation because he's been around for a while. I'm going to teach y'all the quick one, okay? That's the North American plate, Pacific plate, Eurasia plate, Indonesian plate, and they all meet right here. But wait, I'm going to bring y'all in. Oh, well, they filled out the plate boundaries now. They get ahead of me. There's several places the plates don't meet here, and where it's not one big deal. It's a swarm. A swarm, and I probably have it right here. History. Because, I don't play games, guys. I'm only here to make sure Caitlin, not Jerome, not the dog, not even Mercury, Caitlin has a good life.
Yeah, well, James, your daughter has a much better life than most kids on this planet. And the best thing you can give her is your love and teach her God's love, because there's...
I found it. Look, I found it because Jerome's here. Jerome, whatever you taught me last night is what Teresa read tonight. Did you hear?
About forgiveness?
Yeah, I do forgive. And there's one gentleman that I Facebook friended. I didn't even block you, sir. So we're going to fix that out. But if I go to start swinging at YouTube on X, I'm going to get in more trouble than I am. And I'm probably in the most trouble than any other channel that's still alive left. Okay? Now look at this. It's so unbelievable. Look where the location is here. Follow it up. 2 in purple being built, or pink, whatever you want to call it. 1 operational, right? 1 operational. And me and Jerome know about this shit, right? Because Fukushima melted down in 2011. They've killed thousands of people trying to grab the rods, and the rods keep falling down further into the center of the earth. No one knows what's going to happen when the rods get to the center of the earth. Let me tell y'all more, because I've got so much more. They built 1 million tanks with 1 million gallons each. Y'all want to see a picture? Because I got that too. Y'all probably need to see a picture.
Yeah, show them a picture.
They probably need to see a picture.
Yeah, because
they don't know. So
seeing is believing. A lot of people say stuff, but when you see it with your own eyes, it actually...
So what I want y'all to realize, Japan had to create their own, listen to me, their own look, these are the fucking tanks. There's trillions of gallons of water, and look, they can't even look. And guess where the water comes from? The Pacific Ocean. Guess where it's now going back into?
Back in the Pacific.
That's
what's gonna kill all the ocean life.
I'm just trying to show you all the truth.
That's why I don't eat nothing from the ocean. Any fish or seafood, I don't eat.
Cod used to be my favorite, and after this shit move, when you have 1 million tanks of 1 trillion gallons,
you're gonna start seeing more and more deformed children come out of Japan.
Look, someone try to number the tanks. What a Dumbo. 41 tanks here, 29 tanks here. So, a YouTube channel. So other people are as smart as me, right? I'm not the smartest kid in the world. I just have limited time, right? Because I'm trying to cover everyone. This motherfucker counted the fucking tanks. Look at this. He counted them all. He said that's 22 tanks, that's 36, 41 tanks. They each carry a trillion gallons. Guess where the Japan, it's called the Japanese Nuclear Foundation, decided that they would dispose of that, well, I guess it's called
Radioactive waste.
Yeah, that, thank you. I mean, you nailed it. Guess where they gave them permission to themselves to dispose
Back in everybody's ocean.
Into the Pacific Ocean. Y'all want to see a map of the contamination? And
that map is what, 13 years old?
And that's what I was going to say. This is from 2011, little girls and boys. Can y'all believe someone on YouTube counted all these motherfuckers? And there's 100 more. This is old news. Look, some new news.
So I'm saying, the leaders of these countries.
Wait. Y'all need to see. I'm not going to say. I want Jerome to see the latest, because Jerome, look, Jerome, this is the latest right here. I didn't want to show anyone this because it's so disgusting. Jerome, I don't know if you can see it. It makes all that other. Everyone else can, at least. It's 100 times as many tanks. So what they had to do, they created their own nuclear commission, and they gave themselves permission to put, and he said it right, it's nuclear waste. That's all it is.
Now, shouldn't all these other country leaders and stuff be imposing sanctions on them and telling them, no, you can't put that shit there, or find some other place to put it?
Jerome, we're hours off from a nuclear war. Do you think they care?
No, they don't. They don't care. They don't care about nothing except greed and money. That's all they care about.
I want to teach y'all something. A company out of the U.S., TRW, built this plant for $3.2 billion dollars.
That's what our children have to look forward to.
Wait. They have over $5 trillion into these tanks. And guess what? They've never solved a single fucking problem.
No, none.
Not one.
In fact, they're going to create more problems by doing that, because pretty soon there won't be no one living on that island. And
there isn't anymore.
Nothing living in the ocean.
If y'all don't listen to me, they didn't only have to shut down the plant, they had to shut down the city. There was a city called Fukushima. There was y'all call it a state, they call it a province. There's one road left open to get to the north part of the island here, and they opened up their own, it's called the Japanese Nuclear whatever society, and they granted themselves permission to pour nuclear waste, but not tons, but billions of tons. And look, why am I showing you all this? Because these are where the new ones are being built right here. See the pink. And then James, what? You gotta be kidding me, right? James, you can't be that smart, right? Am I smarter than every scientist? Jerome, can you believe this is happening?
Oh, I believe it. But you know what, though, James? God knew all this was going to happen. And not only that, it's written. It's written. Go to Isaiah 22:22.
I know the bitter water, but there should be a meteor that strikes the water. I know Isaiah.
There's a peg. He placed a peg in the center of the earth. And when that rod hits that peg, that point in the center of the earth, it's a wrap.
I'm showing y'all, and let's watch this line go up. See that says Pink 2, brand new being built? This is as of today. I'm trying to teach y'all something if y'all could listen.
They're stupid.
I thought Japanese people were the smartest people in the world. I did, and there's already one operational. And if you have and what's so funny is the USGS downgraded it from a 6.5. Germany refused to downgrade it from a 6.5. You want me to prove it? Of course I can fucking prove it, right? I don't make mistakes. Now, I'm going to back up and let y'all look at it. So, y'all are kind of smart, right? Volcanic range coming through. Obviously, Japan's a volcanic island. That's Fukushima right there. This is a volcanic range. This is another volcanic range here. This is another one right here. And, I mean, we already had a big earthquake right here where they're building another one. What was that, a month ago?
Hey James. Sage Pup was saying that I live in Santa Barbara, California now, and many of my friends are fishermen here, and I don't know anything about a problem with local fishing. Tell them to take a Geiger counter to the fish and see if you can get a Geiger counter reading. Tell them to get a Geiger counter and put it the radioactivity.
All right, so I already have that report. I'll show it to y'all right now. So cod is my favorite fish. It's a white sea fish. It tastes like bass. It doesn't have a taste. Doesn't have a taste, right?
Yeah.
So they took cod, not farm grown cod. They took cod out of the Aleutian Islands, and guys, most of them had 3 eyes. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Each day, let's look together. Let's just discuss together how many. It's not trillions. It's really ugly. How many? And I don't know. We might have to find it. Can y'all believe that Putin sold the browser? I would have sold it for $5.4 million too, because I would have had the code to write a new one. He sold it to Google. My one browser that I had, he sold it to Google. My dad couldn't believe it. $5.4 billion for a browser. So, look. Y'all are going to have to deal with the real truth here. You all right?
Oh, yeah.
How many, I'm going to use the word gallons because I don't know. I think it's tons of gallons, but dispersed. Some of the ladies help me with dispersed.
DISPERCED.
I should have put daily. I'm going to put it in daily.
Yeah.
It's going to scare the piss out of y'all. And then I'm going to show y'all radioactive water is what they call it. Oh, it happened on 11th of March 2011, right?
Right.
Let's see if they're, and that's 13 years.
I bet you they haven't even did anything.
Look,
any kind of record since then.
Listen, 2013, 300 tons of water were leaking.
Yeah.
2013.
11 years ago.
Now, I'm going to show y'all some images taken from NOAA from those days. See all those tanks. Alright. We'll just do it like we do it, right? So they're keeping it real close.
Yeah, they don't want people to know the truth. That's why you don't hear nothing about it no more. They haven't said anything about it in 10 years, James. No,
14 years, sir.
Yeah, I'm just saying, no outlet, no media, nothing. It's just, I said, well, that's Japan's secret. Let's keep it a secret. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what?
they're poisoning everybody in the world.
But wait, why did they? But I got one question for you.
And then they're building more on it. That's real smart.
And then the ones they built, and they're building two. I just proved they were building two right now. That's 2024 info I just showed y'all. Look, this is 2011. No info. No info. So they had already ruined my cod. I actually had some cod, and I got sick for 2 fucking days. Now, I guess you can continue to eat what's called farm-raised cod, but my gosh. And I want y'all to see how it's going around the tip here into the Indian Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. And y'all are only seeing this is just 2011.
Yeah, 13 years ago. Almost 14 years ago.
Now, you know Dan worked for FEMA.
So multiply that by 14.
Dan worked for FEMA, and he was one of the bosses at FEMA. He said, James, the only solution we have for pollution is dilution. And what that means is, guys, you have to spread it out, right? You have to spread it out. I'm just teaching y'all. Nothing y'all want to know, but I'm teaching y'all anyway. So, this was a huge deal. Everyone didn't realize how big of a deal this was. And when I saw where it was, I'm going to show y'all again, right? Y'all can see and what's really weird is there are volcanic ridges everywhere. And there's not one here, but it just really doesn't matter, does it? Because you're in a volcanic park, if you will. And if you hit this button, and then you pull up this, I want y'all see. Can I zoom in anymore? I'm gonna see if I can zoom in anymore. For the truly dumbasses, I'm sure we have some, right? All right. So look here, you got it. We're gonna follow the lineup real slow, like 2 being built, which is probably big problems. 1 already built, right? I'm the only one that reports on this shit. I'm the only one. And look, where are we here? I mean, are we just like right the fuck on it or what? I mean, I don't even know if you can get any more on it. Am I right, Joe? Oh, you can't see it.
And it's 14 times worse now than it was when they showed it before.
Jerome, I'm showing y'all, well, I know you can't see. I'm going to teach you how to use that next time you're in town so you can do both at one time.
I'm doing both. I'm looking at
the swarm here right off the coast where the new...
it's all I see on the screen. I see the live chat, but all I see is earthquake. That's all it says. Live earthquake, and it don't show nothing else.
Well, so hit refresh, but everyone else sees this.
I see it now.
So the 3 nuclear plants are right here. And this is the big 1.3 atomic bombs worth of energy. Now, Germany said it was 2.3 atomic bombs worth of energy. So, and you know what? At some level, I believe Germany a lot more than I believe anyone because they're only burning coal. They shut down their nuke plants. They shut down their wind plants. They shut down everything but coal. So, you have to keep all that in mind, period.
Yeah. Pretty soon, no water is going to be fit to drink because all of it's going to have radiation in it. All of it. And that's sad because it's written. It's written.
Sage Pup, lots of love. You know what? I'd rather have farm-raised cod because I love my cod. I actually...
You're not going to have...
I got so sick when I had a cod sandwich the other day. I got it what's called whatever, where they put the cod and then the bun so it doesn't get soggy. And it took me 3 days to get over it. I mean, I thought I was going to the hospital. I won't even lie to y'all. Okay? And this is from a steakhouse, right? That was their new deal. It's not McDonald's or nothing, okay? All right, so today we're dealing with this a ton. And remember, ask yourself one question. How do low-pressure fronts become high-pressure fronts? Well, James, that would be actually impossible, right? It'd be impossible for a low-pressure front that we all know that have come on shore to all of a sudden just become a high-pressure front. They'd have to start spinning the other way. But I can already tell y'all, if I pull the spin on this up, it's going to be counterclockwise. If anyone here thinks they're smarter than me, go find yourself in the northern hemisphere a high-pressure front that spins counterclockwise. All high-pressure fronts spin clockwise. If you don't think I've done my homework, well,
Not anymore.
not anymore. Believe that.
Not in Bizarro world.
And this is Bizarre World. All right, tomorrow, wow, the whole central part of the U.S. is in for serious trouble here.
Yeah, we got some real storms coming, some real cold fronts, all kinds of rain and sleet, hail, and tornadoes, everything.
So, guys, this is just tomorrow, Wednesday, and this goes all the way from Maine to California. I mean, and then another one's hitting Washington State up here. Montana is a what we call that a whiteout, right? North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, whiteout. Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, whiteout. Colorado, heavy snow in the mountains. And
That's why I'm taking 10 all the way across the bottom, because there's no snow and no freezing weather.
And look, these things, I just want to teach y'all something. They're pushing through. They've changed them from red to blue, which means they still have L's on them because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. It's unexplainable. You can't have a high-pressure front that spins counterclockwise. So what they're doing is, and they hate me. Of course, they hate me for pointing this out. But look, H. So they're saying there's a high pressure right in here. But see the front they pushed through here to make it? It's in blue. It's in blue. See the L's on the front? L. That's a low pressure front, right? Low pressure front. So a lot of problems here.
I wonder if that has anything to do with our magnetic field weakening and weather manipulation. I'm sure it does.
Hey, Sage Pup, we got your back, man. Lots of love out to you. Everyone, the only difference between a winner and loser is the winner gets up one more time.
That's right.
You don't think I know? You don't think I know?
It says that in the Bible. If you
Does it?
shake it off and get back up.
Well, what I've learned is once you learn how to make millions of dollars, I've done it in 5 different businesses already. So it's just about learning a technique. It's not like you failed. It's like no one taught you the technique, right? But I will say, guys, you failing doesn't mean you failed. It's much.
You're learning.
Exactly. But
And if you're not learning, you're not living.
and you got that from me.
No.
I can tell you got that from me. But I will say to our gentleman here that's fighting back, I've done it, man. I've done it 5 times so far. I'm working on my 6th, and I will do it again with God on my side. You know what? Once you learn how to make a business successful, it's a skill set. And let me just say this. Just because you fall down and you fail, even if you've never made a business successful, it does not mean you're a loser whatsoever. It means, like Jerome said, it was a lesson.
That's it.
You have to step.
That's why they call testimonies.
Test less. What you have to do is step back and see what you learn from that lesson, and not that you won't make the same mistakes again, because I've often made the same mistakes again. And I'm not going to impress everyone and show you the $20 million I made in 5 years or nothing, although I have before online. The ex-wife took them all, so it doesn't really matter, right? Jerome knows. Hey, Jerome, my alimony's up in December.
I know.
Oh, I'm joyous.
$6,000 a year.
And so, God, he knows everything about me. I'm joyous. It's just another $6,000 that I work for.
It's only money. It's only money. It ain't like it's real.
But it will give me a little bit more power when it comes to my daughter.
Yeah. You can buy her a couple more better necklaces and bracelets.
Well, also give me. Hey, that's not what I meant. I meant it.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
I meant it gave me more power towards the wife.
Yeah.
On that. But you
understand.
You got to realize someone that you're feeding money, they can take you to court because you're feeding them money all day long. I mean, fuck. Now, once you quit feeding them money and you got a little money to exchange or do your deeds with, right?
Right.
It becomes a different situation.
They change their demeanor.
Oh, you totally nailed it. I already see the changes. Much more respective all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Much nicer. Never has hung up on me again. That was the best thing you've said all night. They changed their demeanor. It's not. Tell them why, Jerome.
Yeah. You know why.
They know why too. Now, I don't want to make anyone's time bad, right? But I was duped, screwed up the chain. We won't go any further than that. But
OG said Iceland has erupted 7 times in 12 months. The fissure is growing. Yeah, it's gonna grow even more, and you're gonna see more and more volcanoes.
So this is not Rakit Janes. I'll show you Iceland because I did a report on it. Y'all missed. It is a big eruption, but it's not like the Rakit Janes that took out. Do y'all think Dan Bongino?
Are you talking about the one in Blue Lagoon?
We're gonna look at it, but do y'all know this? Bongino was Barack's personal Secret Service agent, and that means he was at the pizza parties. Do you understand this? I'm going to go further with this because my friends have exposed that sack of white shit. It was. I thought it was Ashley Biden's. I would have put my whole bank.
You talking about? We know who it was. It was B.O.'s.
It was B.O.'s now. We know that, but so does he. And he knows so much more. Guess who's the new Secret Service director?
Who?
Dan Bongino.
Oh, you can't make this shit up.
Did I tell you all? Look how small his hands are. Were there 6 fingers there? I mean, you cannot make this shit up. I warned y'all. Look, Isaac's Army. Dan Bongino was Barack Obama's personal Secret Service. That would logically make him in charge of security for all of Obama's hot dog and pizza parties that we all know happened, right? But you know what? We learned that the Secret Service did not release the information. We only learned it yesterday, and y'all learn it probably in 3 or 4 days because it was Barack's. There was DNA. This is kind of amazing. This poor girl, I feel so sorry for. You want to see real dumbness? This is dumb. Watch.
That's amazing.
Try to be nice.
What you do now? That you're a musician. So that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
Watch
I'm a musician. What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing them.
You make
I'm not a
music.
musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too.
She's calling out the meaning of
I think
musician.
you're confusing.
You're not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby, I don't think. What is that? That's that. I don't think.
That's also obvious. You don't think. She called you a musician. And that was way too much of a compliment because you never made any music in your whole fucking life. Period. These are the kind of people that somehow come to power in your United States of America. Right?
Yep.
Y'all didn't, I know you probably didn't get that, but hopefully a lot of people did. She yelled at the poor young podcaster. She goes, I'm not a magician. I write music. Well, obviously, she said musician. And it was so bad. The girl repeated it like 40 times, but she wouldn't have it, man. Too ghetto. That doesn't go real hard around here. Look. He just took that boy out. That's how it works here. Here, when you do that shit here in Texas, look. Game over. That probably will have to come off this mofo. Oh, God, you were so pretty before. Don't cut your hair. I mean, you were drop dead gorgeous. Could you have at least painted it blue? It's so weird that the ugliest girls that don't have boyfriends, and really no one wants to be their boyfriend because they're batshit crazy. They think that shaving their head is gonna make them. What is it going to make them? Well, they're definitely less attractive. I mean, if you want an A on that, I'll give you an A+, right? Smile because you've just been made a fool of by your friends and family. Now, I probably would not let her come to my Thanksgiving dinner. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry, Drew. But what she's trying to do.
Like I told you before, James.
Yeah, forgive.
Because what the word say? If you have any unforgiveness in you, you cannot be forgiven.
All right, so I can be forgiven. We're going into so I have 283 people out of 90,000, less than 1%. That'd be 800 people. So about 0.1 or 2%, and we're gonna go through everyone tonight. Right now, everyone that's here. If you want to speak up and you see someone that needs to go, I'll tell you if they're going or not. Right? First up, let's make Jerome a wrench just for fun.
I wouldn't know how to be a wrench.
Just don't be one. You've been added as a moderator.
You can add me, but I won't know how to use it.
Don't. All right. Those are our wrenches up there, guys. Now, we're going to go slow, so everyone that thinks that they're being held out by me, it's not me. You have to turn your phone off and reboot it. Eagle One, Tiffany knows. Look, Tiff's going to get scared now. Eagle One is some nutcase that drove his 10-speed to kill me. Ask Tiffany, is this true? First to her house, then to my house. He had like 200 subscribers, and he thought I was stealing his solar weather alerts. Well, every DPS trooper on 59 is my best friend. I grew up here. He's doing 30 years right now for terrorist threats. I had him picked up. Yeah, come. And what's so stupid is he broadcasts every day, and he kept saying, this motherfucker stole my information. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, man. It's scary. But all I had to do is make one little fucking phone call, and he's doing 30 years for terrorist threats. Felony A. Watch how many names he has. Right? I want y'all to watch. Kimberly, I let her back on because she looked like a nice person the other day. She said, what is this, drunk hour with some fuck up? I was like, wow, you're a real witch. So she's back in jail. Every time I let someone out, it's the same old. If anyone sees anyone, I'm going to tell the truth on everything. Sorry, Tiffany. That's what I do.
You gotta love them, Tiff. You gotta love them.
Yeah, that's what I do. There's Stephen Burns. He tried to come on after he stole all my URLs and started his Ding-a-ling channel. First, he had Jesus hair. Thought he was Jesus. I don't get into him. All right. I'm going slow, so if any of y'all are including this, I want. These are the people that I want to know that are not including this. People that think I've blocked them are Crazy Kathy Saran and someone that's a Facebook friend of mine. He's not blocked at all. Now watch how slow I go. We'll never miss anyone. If y'all see someone that y'all want on, let me know. Look, Anthony. So y'all need to know about Anthony too. Another one of Tiff's stalkers. I'll show you some others, Anthony's. Remember Anthony the Beast? Sorry, Tiff, we gotta do this. You're gonna be alright. These are porn channels. I had to get them off because I was getting in trouble, and obviously they weren't me. So I'm going slow. If anyone sees someone that needs to be back on, I'll empty the whole thing out. I've done it 100 times before. But it seems like every time I do that, I'm not talking crap, ma'am. I don't think you did anything wrong with these people. Remember, I had to chase him to his house with his daddy.
Yeah, just give me their address. You know I'll drive there. I drive anywhere.
I mean, look, Anthony. His name's Anthony Dibbs, the great Anthony. You'll see him. He kept trying to get to Tiff, and I actually have his dad's home address now, because you know what I do for a living. I go after people that fuck up. But nothing's happened to him. He's still alive, as far as I know. If I told Papa called me about him, he might not be. Alright, I'm just going slow, so everyone, like Crazy Cathy, like the other guy thinks, y'all aren't on here. These are all sociopaths, okay? Now, there should be 7% sociopaths, 7% psychopaths, so there should be about 14% out of 90, which would be about 14,000 people, right? Or about 12,000, right? We only have 800 people in jail. And I'm going slow because if y'all see someone y'all want in, I'm 100% into it. Right? Hell, I'll release them all, but I just don't want the heartache to have to put them all back in. You know, I waited until they showed their true colors. That's just what and who I am. Hey, that's your boy over there from Adele, Camille, Holabambi, right? You know, Jerome knows what I'm talking about. Jerome knows. That's not on y'all.
You still gotta love him, you still gotta forgive him, James.
I'll forgive him. I just don't want him, ruin the show.
Like it says in the Bible, let the haters hate and let the unbelievers unbelieve, and surround yourself with the believers, because everybody's had.
So Christopher is the same person as above, just so you guys know.
Yeah, because this world is going to get a whole lot crazier, and it's going to get a whole lot evil, a lot more than what it is now, brother.
You know, I thought it was good that I had.
You know how the pendulum swung?
I had 0.02%, and it should be closer to 14%. So we're doing pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I want to teach it. I want to teach.
Come on. We can find something better to discuss than this.
No, the reason I'm doing this is because people are accusing me of blocking them, and they're not being blocked by me.
Well, we already know that. Everybody that's on your channel knows that.
I don't play those games.
Yeah, well, everybody on your channel knows that.
I'll do it a little bit quicker. If y'all see anybody y'all want on, let me know. Tiffany Fartsman, right? Not being mean to Tiffany at all. Just some whack job. Same guy. I went to his house. I put out his home address on him. Then he didn't come back, right? Nothing ever against Tiff. And then my name here. I mean, come on.
Hey, maybe I should come back on as James Kaufman.
That will get you about as far as you can breathe. I think Topaz was okay. I'm going to let Topaz out. Look at that.
Can you let me know your social security number and your birthday?
I mean, hell yeah.
I want to up my credit score.
Will you buy me some stuff, please, on credit?
Hell yeah.
Buy me some stuff. I want a lot of my credit card.
It's got to be better than my credit.
Right. Look, Dwayne called me out. Remember Dwayne, guys? call me out and call me and my daughter all these names when he's all wasted on drugs.
You can say what you want about James, but don't say nothing about this kid. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because you'll have me at the door.
Or me, even worse. That's Andrew Dibbs, awesome Andrew.
Yeah.
It's all the same. Most of them are the same people. That's the Naked channel. I had to get, YouTube took my channel down for this crap. And I've shown you it's been put up like 10 times. It's really, really weird. Alright, we're almost done. I guess that's, look, the end of it. Everyone that thought that they were in jail, that wasn't.
James Hartman.
Did someone put that in there? I didn't even see that.
Deputy did.
I didn't even put that in. But I just wanted y'all to know that I'm not a vindictive person. If I drink one night and y'all are in, y'all are out the next day. Now, YouTube is vindictive as a motherfucker. Okay?
Yeah, they are, and they're very manipulative, too.
So, they want you to think it's me. That's why we went through the whole list of 283.
Well, I already know it's not you, because I can't, half the time I can't even get all comments. It goes to top comments, and like now it says top comments, and when I hit all comments, it won't even come on.
Vivian, who I don't know, I can't talk to her. Miss Donna, who I do know, they won't let me talk to her either in any form, fashion, or way.
Well,
So,
I had to come on another name because they were messing
and
with
y'all
me.
might think 283 people out of 9,000's big. That's 0.02%. We should be a lot higher now, and it could be lower if I wasn't such an asshole. But hey, I own what I am. Do you guys?
Ain't nothing.
Hey,
Ain't no pride there, is there?
I have no pride. I have no pride. I have faith, and deeds. Only two fucking things that I have.
These won't get you there, brother. Only faith.
Well, I have a lot of faith because I'm never afraid.
Yeah. Faith is all that gets you there. You don't get grace without faith.
But your faith alone doesn't get you there without deeds.
Yes, it does.
Well, that's not what the Bible says.
Faith gets you into the new Israel. The old Israel was the seed of Abraham. The new Israel is the seed of Christ, which is faith. You believe in Christ and try to live the best you can the way he lived, the way he taught us to live, and you're there. You're there. You're golden. And when you believe in Christ and accept Christ as your Savior, your name goes in the book of life, and there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Yeah, you can lose. Your name can be taken out of the book of life if you go back to your old ways. But then again, you can be forgiven again. Go back to Christ again because you're washed in the blood.
Tiffany, I'll be the first one to say that I don't allow people to promote their own channels on this. I've spent my blood, sweat, and tears on this. If I did, I'd be a loser, right?
The only one that should be promoting any other channels on your channel is you.
Exactly. And like Roger, all I've done is if I have Roger on, I promote the fuck out of him. If I have someone on, I promote the fuck out of them. You know who's wrong here, Tiffany? It's you, as usual. I love you, sweetie. And
she was just letting other people know not to say anything.
right. Well, let me say this. Most
because they know because she knows how you are.
20 of those people on there, and she knows this for a fact. At least probably 30 or 40 or different versions of Anthony Dibbs and the guy I put in jail, or my DPS friends put in jail for 30 years.
Night, Tiff. Love you.
Tiff had a terrible day, guys. I won't even go into it. Probably her worst day. I've known her for 3 or 4 years. Her worst day ever. So
we'll say a prayer for her, brother.
I already have.
Say a prayer that she has an awesome day tomorrow.
I hope she does. She deserves it.
We all do.
We all deserve.
We all deserve better. And you know what? We'll all have better. Just keep your faith. Keep your faith and believe. Believe in everything that's written. And you're golden. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be scared about. Everything that is written. You know, God loves every one of us, and He don't want to see any of us go. He don't want to see anybody fall by the wayside. Like you said, all it takes is faith.
Faith and deeds.
No,
guys,
not deeds, just faith.
Right.
All it takes is faith and love. Faith and love, brother. Love conquers all.
Hey,
Love
guys.
is like a two-edged sword. And there's no greater love than God's.
Everyone say a prayer for Miss Tiff. She's had a day I will not speak of. My promise to her.
She's in my prayers.
So, with that said, we're going to call it a night here. And, hey, hopefully, good night, family. Love you guys totally.
Love you too, man.
And be safe out there. It's dangerous. Head on a swivel.
You know what? It ain't dangerous. When you roll with God, hey, no weapon formed against you can prosper. If they come at me with hate, I just smack them with some love.
Yeah, that'll get you about as far as that first smack.
I'm still here. Almost 70 years, I'm still here.
Lots of love, Joe.
Lots of love.
God bless you guys.